welcome to another video on my channel. Finally, it's the second part of my Victorian townhouse. So if you didn't watch the first part, I actually built this after a floor plan of 1864, and yeah, I try to stick with the floor plan quite a lot, but sometimes I had to change some of it to make it fit into the game and to make it work in the game. So now we're actually in the room of, or the master's bedroom, I think, yes. The Lord and the Lady's bedroom, and I'm going to furnish it. And this is the part I enjoy the most, actually. I don't like building that much, but furnishing is the one thing I really like in The Sims. And I always put a lot of things into the room and a lot of clutter, and yeah, because I just think it's more realistic in a way, and I don't like rooms that are really empty. It somehow um, it makes me feel uncomfortable, and so I try to decorate everything in the rooms. And actually, we are now in the walk-in closet of the couple, and trying to put shelves in there. And this is one thing that really annoys me about the lighting in The Sims, because I used the same shelves there and they have the same color, but somehow the lighting is different on each of them. And I understand how the engine works and how the lighting works in The Sims, but it just doesn't look quite right, I think. Again, putting some clutter up there, and wow, this camera makes me feel dizzy. So then I'm putting the carpet in there, and I think I'm working on the small toilet and bathroom right now. So this is the bathroom of the couple, and they don't have to go out of their rooms. There's a small room, or a small corridor that leads into the room, and yeah, into the bathroom. And I'm trying to decorate it quite nice, but just because it's such a small room, I think it's really difficult with the camera, because you can't put the walls up because you don't see anything when you're too close. When you put the walls down, you can't see where you put the items, or how the whole picture is looking, or the whole room actually. And yeah, what am I doing now? Putting some of the items right there. And some of the items are, well, they look very modern and contemporary in a way, but I totally ran out of items to use, and they're just there's just a certain amount of objects that fit into these into the period of time. Yeah, and it's really difficult. And now we're in the children's, or in the kids' bedroom, and I'm going to change the color quite a lot. I think in the end it's going to be a bright yellow room, and I think this looks quite nice. I wanted the colors to fit, but as there are just a few colors available, or I think if you decide to color the items in a different way or in a different color, there are just a few color swatches out there. There's just always red, blue, green, and yellow and white, I think, and a few other colors, but not that, well, I don't know how to say it. A lot of the colors are way too popping to match my kind of taste, and yeah, so I try to use the more subtle colors, but there are just a few of them, such as white and yellow, and it's quite different, not different, difficult to furnish the rooms. And I think we need a lot more color switches, not like in the Sims 3. There are way too much colors, and um, I was way too lazy to change all the colors in the Sims 3, so I just picked just one item, and I think in the end I didn't change the colors anymore, just because it was so annoying if you want to play the game and then you have to make all the colors match. And yes, now we're again in the children's room and trying out some different tables, because I think this table works a lot more in this room. And yeah, trying to decorate it a little bit. I didn't know what to put in there because a lot of the items or children's objects weren't used by that time, I think, or at least not that I know. And now we're in the piano room, and I'm putting some curtains in there, and I try to make it look very blue, and I think in the end I also call it the blue room because everything in there is quite blue. And yeah, I think this is the room of the lady and the child, more or less, because I don't think the husband would be in this room so much, or just for watching his wife play the piano, or when there are guests invited into the house, they would probably sit right there on these small ottomans and watch the lady play and sing. And yeah, I think they would also rotate with playing and singing, and um, yeah, having their nice evenings in there. And I think I put two easels in there, yes, and a violin, and no guitar, but a violin and the children's violin as well. And I'm trying to put the violin on the table, but somehow it didn't work, and I don't know if it even works at all. So I'm just putting it in the corner right there on the right side, and on the left there's the what is it called again? Doll's house. Sorry. Sometimes I forgot the words, even in German. So there are the violins, and these two small rooms on the left side are called anteroom, and they are some kind of waiting room for the guests. And I put a couch in there, and yeah, there are a lot of green colors in this room, and it's just for the guests to wait there until the lady or the lord are ready for them to speak to them. And I put some expensive items in there, so to show the guest how wealthy the couple is and show some wealth. Yes, and I'm changing the painting to no, not painting, the photograph to something different. And this small room, I didn't know what to do in that in it, because it was just there, and it was too small to do something with it. So I just put a rug in there, and the side table. And yes, what I'm doing now, I don't even quite know. Putting a teapot and some different items in there. What what am I doing? I don't know. Oh, putting on a cheat. Oh, to get more items. Yes. Now I know what I did. Putting some pictures in there, just also to show their wealth and how well they are doing with their career, or even the career of the husband. And what am I doing now? Oh yeah, decorating the hall with some rugs. And this was quite difficult, because you see when the rugs are overlapped, and I would like them to change this, because you can't, yeah, you can't really do something with two rugs because you obviously see where the second rug is starting. So there I'm doing the men's room, or the you don't even know what you call it. I know that there's a term for these rooms, or this kind of rooms, but I just can't recall it. So we have to go with men's room. I'm putting some end tables there, and in the end, I think, yes, I put a bar in there, um and a dartboard, so that the man of the house is able to play darts with his friends or his colleagues even. And yeah. mm, and of course there must be a big painting of an ancestor in the room, because, well, why not? I think they did do this. And I'm trying to put a desk in there, and I'm trying hard to make it work. But I think after a while, or I know after a while, I remember um, that I have a study downstairs, so I deleted, or I moved the desk downstairs. Um, yeah, but I struggled quite a lot with this room, and I just wanted it to work, and didn't. So yeah, I really wanted to have a bar in there, and after I moved the desk, it worked quite well. So I'm just trying out which desk to use, because I wanted all the colors to match, and I think they used a lot of dark wood at that time, or at least in my head they did. I don't actually know if this is right. Um, and yeah, try to put a shelf or something behind the bar, but I think in the end I'm just putting a big picture of not a landscape. What was it again? Yes, I think it was a map on the wall. Yes, I think it was. So trying to match the colors again, and somehow it didn't really look right with the lighting, and I was quite sure I didn't choose the right colors. But yeah, in the end, and from this angle, it looks quite right. There I tried to use a divider in the room because I wanted to separate the areas quite a bit, um, so that there's a work area and yeah, how should I call it? Amusement area, some kind of sort. And um, yes, putting a divider down there, but in the end, yes, I deleted it, and I'm switching the rooms quite a lot. Um, yeah, and I'm trying to put, or not trying, I just did it. So I painted the floor a little bit to make it look more natural, and then I put some flower pots or plant pots out there for the gardener to work on, and 2 flower pots for the lady of the house, because she loves flowers and she wants to do something with her free time. And yeah, I think at that time the women weren't allowed to work, or at least not the women of these wealthy gentlemen, so they could spend their time at, or they were supposed to spend their time on painting and singing and playing instruments and such stuff. So yeah, therefore the piano room is upstairs, and putting a sundial there, and I think in the end I also put a bench or a stool or something, a chair out there. Yes, trying out some of the new items from Get Together. Putting a bush down there because um, I'm planning to play my family quite a bit, and I'm planning that the lady of the house is falling in love with the gardener because he's quite young, her husband is quite old, and they meet in the small backyard and garden together. And she is planting flowers and he is planting herbs and, well, vegetables, I think. I don't even know. I tried to put some leaves out there and some climbing plants, but with the foundation height and the fence out there, it was quite difficult. And it didn't look natural, so I think in the end I deleted as well. I'm not quite sure yet. So yeah, but we will see in the end. And what am I doing now? What is this? Yes, this was the new rain pipe, but I didn't use it in the end. I put some flowers, I just put some flowers out there, and yeah, we're moving downstairs now, and this is the area where all of the tools of the gardener were put, and I'm putting some of these boxes down there and some of the tools on them. I'm just plopping some items down there, which I think I'm going to use. I just do this because sometimes I forget what I wanted to use, and so I don't forget it anymore. And a lot of boxes down there, changing the colors a little bit. And yeah, these are the tools of the gardener. And what am I doing now? I don't know what this is, but I think somehow it fits into this area. And I wanted to use the webs, but yeah, they didn't quite match the style. And these or this garden hose was pretty difficult to place. I don't know if I delete it after a while, but I think it stays there for a while, or even till the end, or yeah. Putting some curtains into the men's room. And I imagine the men to smoke cigars in there and talk about politics and something like that. And not quite there yet, where I moved the desk downstairs. Just putting a lot of pictures in it and some chairs again, and I think putting some end tables on the or beneath the windows. And yeah, there I'm trying. Yeah, this is the map I'm using right now, and trying to find different paintings to use. And there I used these pictures that look like from a sorority house or something like that. But I think it's his ancestor, and he did something in the army or something like that. I don't know. And he was honored. And yes, I tried this divided, but somehow it didn't look right, and so I deleted it again. And yeah, moving the objects around and putting the divider in there again, and it doesn't stay that long. So I'm trying to build some half walls, but they also didn't look right and really annoyed me. And I'm glad that I moved the desk downstairs, actually, because it looked quite cramped. Putting some flowers or plants in there to make it look more homely in a way. And yeah, now I'm working on the garden, and I think I put a few flower pots or plant pots in the backyard, as I mentioned before, for the gardener and the lady of the house. These are for the gardener actually, and on the right I will put some flower pots for them to work on. yeah, just working on the flooring. And what am I doing now? Yeah, I tried to use some of these new objects, but they didn't. Somehow they didn't fit into this area, so I didn't do it in the end. What am I doing there? Still working on the men's room and still not happy with it. Yes, I'm putting down some end tables, and I don't like how this looks with the curtain that cuts through the tables. But there is no possibility that this is not the case. Well, there is a possibility I could move the counters or the tables from the wall, but then there would be a huge gap and it would look quite awkward. Not realistic at all, and so I just have to go with it. And yeah, again decorating for well, I think the Lord would boast quite a lot with his wealth and his achievements, and um, yeah, put some of the awards and items like that in there. And where am I now? Oh yeah, that art spot. I think this fits quite well into this room, and I'm wondering when I'm going to move the desk downstairs because um, it annoys me quite a bit. Yeah, the mandatory table with flowers on it, with the flower pot and the painting above. And I think no, I'm still not. And the baseball bat. I don't know how this fits into this room art. Yeah, I just thought it would suit the character of the Lord. And again, some achievements and some items to brag with for the Lord and the lady. And I actually love this room because I think in the end it looks quite cozy and nice somehow. I don't know. Even if this is just a waiting room or the entrance um, hall, I think it looks quite nice. I wanted to use this. Oh, there I moved the desk downstairs eventually. Yeah. I wanted to use this Jenga or don't bake the llama table, but I couldn't just make it fit somewhere. So I think in the end I put it downstairs into the lounge of the servants, so they have something to to enjoy and to play with um, after their duties. And yeah, this is just another wardrobe for hanging the coats inside and something like this, I think. Yeah, but actually what did I put in there again? This rug, and what else? Did I put a shelf in there or something like that? Still don't know. Oh yeah. Oh, okay, did I just put shoes in there? Oh no, I didn't. Okay. These are the things I was looking for. And I think this statue is meant for putting the cards of the guests on there, because I think in this century they sent servants with their cards, and on these cards they invited the people to join a meal or something like that, or invited them to a party, and yeah, therefore it's there. Um, in the end, I really like this room also because it's just so simple, and in a way it looks quite appealing, I think. And I eventually used the rug I wanted to use all the time in there because it didn't quite fit into the other rooms, and plopping down some items in there I wanted to use. and just sorting out which I use in the end. So I'm putting this new bench in there, and I think it looks quite nice. And where's the rug? No, I didn't. Yes, this is a rug I wanted to use all the time because I think it really suits this period of time and really looks nice in the room. And there I'm working finally on the study. And yeah, I noticed that the room is quite small actually. And I know I use the word actually quite a lot. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's quite a small room, and but I wanted to put a lot of bookshelves in there because I think again this is some sort of perhaps bragging from the Lord. Um, if he has a lot of books, it would seem as if he as if he is very intelligent and well read, but I just simply enjoy putting bookshelves into rooms. I really love bookshelves, and I think in The Sims there's so many beautiful bookshelves. I want to use them all, but yeah, as you know, you can't use them all in just one build because it just would be a well, you could use it, not because, but then it would be a library. And we're going downstairs now, I think. Yeah, changing. Oh no, still working on the study right there. Putting some of these little well, I don't find the word for this. Putting some documents out there, and hmm, I think the colors don't quite match yet, but in the end, I'm going to change them a bit um, to make it feel more natural or more homely in a way and cozy. Yes, I think this looks a lot better. What am I doing now? Yeah, doing the hallway, and I can't. I often can't decide where to put things, though I have to redo it a lot. And this small area there I like a lot because it looks quite pleasing, I think. And I would sit there and read my letters if I would get some and if I would live in this house. But I don't, and so this is quite stupid. But well, I like this area, and put some flowers on there, and this letter I found with a hidden objects sheet, I think. And if you want to place this lot down on your in your game, I think you have to put the move object sheet on first and then place it, because I use this sheet quite a lot, and if you don't do it, there the possibility that a lot of the items will delete themselves. So yeah, this is quite annoying, but well, if you want to download a house with move objects sheet on, then you have to do this. And again, putting this painting downstairs, and I'm trying to find out which decoration or which cupboards I wanted to use there. And I also wanted this room to be quite an official dining room, because with these cupboards with the dishes in it, they would I think they would brag with it, and the guests would think, well, they have so many dishes, they have to be really wealthy and rich. And then I'm changing the colors of the curtain. I think I just used this curtain in this house because the other ones are too modern in a way, and this looks quite old and a little bit run down in a way. I don't know. It looks quite quite old, just yeah, and so I just put it in there a lot. And I wanted to put a mirror in there, but all of the mirrors were too small for this wall. So I think in the end I put this mirror in there, and I think it looks quite nice. And working on the entrance room again. And what am I doing now? Oh yeah, this is the kitchen, and in a moment changing the floor and the walls a little bit, because I think it looks quite more natural and old and used in a way. So, and somehow like in a cave because it's so dark and yeah. Mm, and I expand the room in a minute, I think, because it was too small to put in these counters and to make it work as a kitchen because yeah, there it is. I also wanted to put in what is it called again? An oven in there. Well, I had to put an oven in there because otherwise it wouldn't be a kitchen, would it? So placing the counters on there, and as I mentioned somewhere, I'm just trying out things, and most of the time I don't know what I do actually, and the objects don't work, and I'm quite frustrated and testing all of the different items and putting clutter in there. And I wanted I really wanted to put the cupcake machine in there, but therefore I had to um, change the walls a little bit because they were too small and there was no room for the machine. And yeah, putting down some decorations and the fridge or two fridges because this is quite a big household and they have a lot to eat, I think. What am I doing now? Just waiting. Oh, what's this? Oh yes, this is the mailbox. And putting down some rubbish bins. And where's the cupcake machine again? There it is. Okay, putting down the cupcake machine, and I think all of these rooms are for storage. And yeah, I wanted them to have coffee in their house. Coffee in their house? What am I talking about? I don't know. I wanted them to drink some coffee. Well, because just because they're wealthy, I think. And I wanted them to have all of the things they could use. Well, obviously not the popcorn machine and the ice cream machine, but because of the time period. But yeah, I think they drank coffee at that time. I'm not quite sure, actually. But well, I think so. Some pastries and just looking for some objects to put in the I think we have quite a lot of objects for the kitchen right now, and I would like to have more objects for teenager rooms or for lounges or studies or something like that. I think for the kitchens it's already enough for now. Um, Again, putting down some items and a cookie jar as well. And yeah, just to make it look more cluttered and um, realistic, because I really like it when it looks real, as if you could live there and use all the rooms. And yeah, and again in the backyard, putting a chair down there. And I'm really switching quite a lot. I noticed that. Here I'm building the wine cellar. I know they can't use this in the game, but well, the floor plan actually in the floor plan there was a wine cellar, so I decided to do it as well. And this is the room of the cook. yeah, putting there some a little bit more rustic items, I think. And yeah, because I don't think they would furnish the room of the cook as they did with their upstairs room and the room of their part of the house. So she gets quite a lot of old and some kind of cheap looking items. Well, not cheap, but cheaper than the furnishing I used in the rooms upstairs, I think. Um, yeah, what I'm doing now? What am I doing? I don't know. I think this is the room. This is going to be the room of the butler, and I put a toilet in there and a small sink for him. And on the left side, there's another room, and it's going to be the private lounge of the butler. Well, there isn't really much in this room, but just a bookshelf, I think, and a couch or something like that. Well, this is not a bookshelf. This is just a wardrobe. But well, am I putting this in there? I don't even know anymore. Just putting a bench in there and or a couch, I don't know. And a rug in there. And I noticed that everything in this house is quite dark and brown, but I think, yeah, in reality I wouldn't want to live in such a dark house, I think. But yeah, it suits the style of the house really well, and I think in this time period, I don't know why I think this, but I think they just used a lot of brown. I think it looks quite nice in the rooms. There I'm using the furniture that you can craft on the workbench. And this is actually the dining room of the staff, and they just have the table and 4 chairs because, well, why decorate it? It's just for eating there. And this is going to be the room of the gardener. And if there would be the possibility to share or no, to have more people in your household, you could put another person in this room. And I think or we are going to see the screenshots in a moment. I think this is the last room I'm doing right there. Oh no, there's also the lounge of the servants, and they will have the small Jenga table or don't wake the llama table. Yes, but this is the last room I think I'm doing right there, and then we're going to see the screenshots in a minute. Um, it's just choosing that couch, and I think a bookcase, and then the table is coming in any second. Yes, there it is. Oh yeah, this I used. I think this is quite nice. So, and there are the screenshots. This is the front, and there you see the family I'm playing. I think there are 6 sim now, but I want the husband and the wife to get some children, or the husband. No, not the husband. The wife and the gardener get some children. We'll see. Yeah, this is the study, and there you have the men's room, and I think it looks quite nice in the end. So yeah, I'm coming to the end right now, and there you have the couple. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll speak to you next time. Bye guys!